Hi guys, Nicole here. Just wanted to have a quick chat about a toddler that I've just worked with. She's an 18-month-old little girl and the mum. This little girl was waking multiple times during the night, requiring assistance to get to sleep, and ultimately this would always be rocking in arms for each settle, and that could take up to an hour each time, generally no less than 45 minutes, so a pretty long time. She was also feeding twice overnight. They were breastfeeds, and they were as an attempt to get her to resettle, and because mum was worried that there was genuine hunger. Mum was absolutely exhausted, as you can imagine, and she was also starting to feel trapped because the resettles had to be done by her, so she felt like she could never leave the house. So that real feeling of trapped and despair was starting to set in. Mum was also really worried about the separation anxiety that her little girl had, and mum herself didn't cope well when her little girl did cry. So sleep training to her meant there was going to be a lot of crying, and that really worried her. I talked to mum about the different options that we could do for settling techniques, all of which were in the room in order to help support her daughter's separation anxiety. And I also discussed with mum the different cries and what they mean, I helped her interpret what they meant, and just about the fact that the crying was the only way her daughter could communicate with her, and that sort of helped mum to see crying differently and recognise that it perhaps wasn't all just because it meant her daughter was really upset and sad and angry, and so this helped mum become less nervous about any sort of crying that may happen during the sleep training process. Mum was also beginning to resent breastfeeding completely because she was feeling trapped. She was starting to really resent having to breastfeed and wanted to get rid of it completely. She was looking at weaning all breastfeeding. But once I sort of talked to her about the possibility of us just getting rid of the night breastfeeding, then she realised that she didn't want to wean completely. She just needed to feel she had a break from it. I assessed the diet and her daughter's weight and everything like that, and felt it was definitely safe to remove the night feeds. But we were just going to start with dropping one completely and then working towards dropping that second feed, and mum was quite comfortable with that. Once we actually did start sleep training, mum and the little girl responded really well, and it was significant changes just within the first few nights. And by the end of a week, she had slept her first full night without any assistance with resettles, so that was great. The biggest issue we did have here was mum's worries about separation anxiety, about crying. And so because of that, she took a long time before she actually sought some help. Seeing how we went about the process and that her emotional needs were supported, she did make the comment that she wished she had got in touch a lot sooner. So just with initial discussions, a lot of your concerns can be relieved. So it's worth just having a chat with us if you are considering it, but you do have a lot of concerns. We completely understand, and will support what your concerns are. With any sort of sleep training, along with your goals that you're trying to achieve, your emotional needs along with your child's emotional needs are also the priority for us. So please call out, message us if you do want some support but you have concerns around it, and we will be able to tell you your best options and how we can help get you through emotionally as well as just the physical sleep training. So thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.